Today we are here to celebrate and honor our newlyweds, Brandy and Cornelius Rapley. Normally I don't get up and I don't talk about people when it comes down to wedding and funerals, but I have to do it for my best friend. Day one, I met Brandy in speech class, and she was sitting towards the back, and I was in the front, and our teacher did a roll call, and I was like, Brandy? And I looked back, and I was looking like, I have a Brandy in this class. When I moved, I had a best friend named Brandy back home. So I was like, okay, maybe we become best friends. From that day forward, that's what we were, best friends. We couldn't get separated unless we were in different classes, of course. She stayed the night in my house. I stayed the night at her house. My grandma could call her granddaughter. She called my grandmother grandmother. And the same as for her parents and her grandparents. When I got in trouble, she got in trouble. When she got in trouble, I got in trouble. She fought, I fought. And vice versa. If I fought, she fought. Brandy has been there since day one for me. If I have problems, I can call her and talk to her. Even now, I can call her, I can talk to her. And she's not the person, she won't judge or talk to me on my back. When she first met Neil, it was like, Brandy, you have a boyfriend now? What? And we all three just started doing stuff together. Going to Austin, going out to eat. And Neil has always been that person who, accepted her friends. Never said not to hang out with her. Never said, oh, she's a bad person. It was always, where's Kenesha at? Let's conclude. Let's add Kenesha into the mix too. Just can't be Brandy and Neil. So it's kind of hard seeing a best friend get married and move on with their lives. You think that, you find a best friend, which these days they're very hard to come by. Very hard to come by. Either they talk behind your back and y'all are fighting. Me and her, we can get into fights, but the next day we're back. Back friends like nothing ever happened. Which is a good thing. That shows that person is your best friend no matter what. Brandy's more like a sister instead of a best friend. She's my partner in crime. We're the Bonnie and Clyde, I guess you can say. When Brandy's grandmother passed away, I was basically her only friend who she could call on to cry if she needed to, talk about the good times, talk about the bad times. When Brandy got sick and she was in the hospital, I was her only friend who went up there, who sat with her, laughed with her, cried with her because she was ready to go home. And me too, was sitting up there all day. But hey, that's what best friends are for. So, Neil, you're having her hand in marriage, and y'all accepted everything, flaws and everything, and y'all have to treat each other with respect. If y'all have problems, I'm always a friend you can go to. I'm not a wedding counselor, but hey, I can be your best friend counselor. If y'all need help, just let me know. It's pretty sad. pretty sad. But I respect for my best friend to get up whenever I get married and talk about the good times, the bad times, the time when we cried, the time when we took our parents' cars, just skipping school and all that stuff together. Or even while we're adults, we can still go to school, go to be in college and have our careers and still have time for each other. It's never a time where I can't call her and she's not available, or she can call me and I'm not available. We're going to just always be there for each other. So, further ado, I would like to make this toast to the Rapleys, through the thick and the thin, through everything. Y'all stay together. And like I said, if y'all ever need anything, let me know. To the Rackley's.